What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to walk you through the meta guide, talk about some key Pokemon, and take a look at some teams that you guys can use in Open Ultra League and the Ultra League Remix Cup, which is dropping in a few hours from the release of this video. With the Ultra League Remix Cup, we are going to see a ban to the top 20 Pokemon used back in Season 7, which means there is a whole new meta to be a part of, and if I'm being honest, it's going to be XL dominant. So if you don't have XL Pokemon like me, participating in Open Ultra League is going to be very advantageous for you, and I have a few very strong teams that you guys can use for that. Let's go ahead and get right into it. And just want to inform you guys, if you guys are interested in Pokemon Unite content, I have a separate YouTube channel that I've created specifically for Unite and other games. The next one out that I'll definitely be playing and making guides for is going to be Legends Arceus, which comes out in January, but for right now it's going to be Pokemon Unite content, as well as live streaming on Twitch. So there's going to be links down in the description if you guys want to go check out those channels and get informed on Pokemon Unite. I'll see you guys over there. So like always, we are over here on pvpoke.com, where you guys can do research, battle simulations, check out everything you guys need to know. This is the place to be. Now, when it comes to checking out top performers, this is what I suggest you guys do every rotation. This is what I do myself to get some team ideas and run some Pokemon in the meta. So what we're going to do is, if you go to the top, you can go to top performers. If you're on mobile, it'll be the 3 bars on the right hand side, I believe, and you can click on that. Go to top performers right here. Filter it by Ultra League. Ultra League Remix Cup is not out yet, as the data has not been accumulated, but what we can see is a list of very strong teams. Now, one of my favorite teams is actually down here. It's going to be Obstagoon, Cresselia, and Gengar. You guys have seen me use that a lot in Open Ultra League. I'm very comfortable with it. It's very strong and has great coverages on the meta. But one of these teams, which I think is pretty cool, is Obstagoon, Superior, and Talonflame. This team looks to have quite a bit of play, and that Superior could be very, very nice. I believe these are going to be XL. Yeah, the Superior looks to be... yeah, XL Superior level 49.5, but we did have 2 community days, right? We had Superior Community Day and Talonflame Community Day. So if you're going to dump in some candy and you want to power these things up, be sure to do that. They definitely look very strong. Talonflame as well, as you can see, has fantastic coverage against some of the top meta Pokemon like Registeel, Abomasnow, Swampert, Giratina, Altered, Articuno, Ferrothorn. It's very, very strong. Brave Bird hits like an absolute truck, and you can utilize that as a safe swap to potentially draw out the Giratina because you're leading with an Obstagoon, which is going to allow Superior to have a bit better matchups late game. So that is one team I'm definitely looking at when it comes to Open Ultra League. Another one is going to be this first one, Machamp, Stunfisk, Galarian Stunfisk, which is going to be XL, and XL Umbreon. That just sounds disgusting. XL Galarian Stunfisk is an absolute monster, and we're going to talk about that for the Remix Cup because it's going to be the top performing Pokemon for that as well. But this team definitely looks very, very good. Its performance is extremely strong. Look at the fantastic coverage that we have right there. A lot of back and forth. Obviously, you got to watch out for Clefables on the lead, but that may not be too common, but you can definitely handle that with your charge moves and whatnot, and Galarian Stunfisk is a nice wall to that as well. That's definitely going to be a very cool team. So this is what I do every single rotation, guys. This is what I want to emphasize to you. When a rotation comes up to a new league or coming back to Ultra League, whatever, come here, check out what's performing strong if you have these Pokemon, and then be sure to go for it. And again, my top performing, top recommended team that I've run myself a lot is going to be Obstagoon, Cresselia, and Gengar. If you don't have a Grass Knot Cresselia, just go with Future Sight and Moonblast, but I definitely prefer Grass Knot because it helps out against Lapras and Swampert, which is definitely needed. Alright, so when it comes to the rankings, we're just going to look at Ultra League real quick. There hasn't been too much of an update. There's a lot of XL Pokemon up here, but Defense Form Deoxys is now in this meta for Ultra League Remix and Open Ultra League. Because we had Defense Form Deoxys in raids, you could get XL Candy and power this thing up. This thing is pretty monstrous. As you can see, the win rate is pretty high, 84%, but it's 84% with extremely common hard counters. That being those ghosts, right? Gengar, which you guys need to watch out for Psycho Boost. This is what I want you guys to emphasize is Psycho Boost right here. Remember, Gengar is part poison type, so it's going to take super effective damage. One Psycho Boost will do 74% of Gengar's health, but Gengar can win in the 0, 1, and 2 shield, and in the 2 shield, you don't need to go Shadow Ball. You can just go straight Shadow Punches and win that matchup right there, as long as you're shielding because Psycho Boost, right? But if we go back to it, look, it loses to Giratina Altered extremely hard. It loses to Drifblim, which is pretty common. It loses to Jellicent, which is pretty common. So there's already, the ghosts are gonna handle a Defense Form Deoxys. On top of that, what's it called? Cresselia can do pretty well, as we can see right here. It's basically a big tanky fight. But Cresselia can win that out in all shielding situations as long as there's not a huge energy advantage. So yeah, you just go straight grass. Look at how long this fight is. You just go straight grass knots into rock slides, and Cresselia will kind of take that right there. So don't worry if you don't have Defense Form Deoxys XL. What you definitely want to do is be running a Ghost. Honestly, Giratina Altered, you could run that safely and handle so much of the meta. So that is the newest addition to the meta. The rest of this has been here for a while. We know the XL Pokemon are very strong. You can also take off the Show XL Pokemon to see which ones are not XL. And Lapras is good, but Swampert is definitely one of those strong ones that you can run as well in this meta. So what we're going to take a look at now is the Ultra League Remix, which is the new cup that we see, banning top 20 Pokemon used from Season 7. And this is going to be a heavy XL Legendary meta. As you guys can see, Stunfisk XL, Defense Form Deoxys XL, Jellicent XL, Steelix XL, Scrap. I mean, just look at all these XLs. If I take off XLs, we got Regirock, Giratina Origin, Machamp, Mewtwo, Regice, Gengar, Machamp, Lugia, Snorlax. So these guys right here are going to be the ones that you want to run if you don't have XL Pokemon. Machamp being one of the best ones because it locks down the Galarian Stunfisk, which is going to be pretty big considering it's been in eggs for a long time. It was just in Go Fest. You are going to see this thing everywhere, but it does have counters. As you can see, it has a nice win rate there of 76%. But it loses to the hardcore fighters right here. Machamp being the most common that basically everyone will have. So if you want to fight in the Remix Cup, either be ready to counter Machamp or be ready to bring Machamp because it can lock down a lot of XL Pokemon like Abomasnow, Umbreon, and Galarian Stunfisk. There's also other options here. Toxicroak, I know a lot of you guys have Shadow Politoed if you guys have it, or XL Politoed. Blastoise as well. Scrafty is a pretty good one that's going to be very strong because not only can it counter, the Galarian Stunfisk, but it also does well against like Giratina Altered. Don't be too worried about the XL Galarian Stunfisk. Just be ready to counter it with a counter user. So coming back here, we can see the rankings. It's very XL heavy. This is why I'm kind of like iffy on the meta. I know if you guys have a lot of XL Pokemon, you're excited about this. And for those who don't, you're not. You're probably going to participate in Open Ultra League or just take a break and wait for the next rotation, which I don't blame you. Now, if you're curious about which XL Pokemon to power up, maybe you do have the candy and the dust and you're looking for Pokemon to power up that can do well in Remix, can do well potentially in Open Ultra League, and can do well in Premier Cup when it does come back. The first two I would say would be Galarian Stunfisk obviously, and Jellicent. Jellicent is just so nice. It was wild spawns at Go Fest as well, so you might have quite a bit of candy. This thing is really strong in the meta. It has great coverages. You can even run it with Ice Beam if you want to help cover some of those grass type Pokemon that may come into you, like a Venusaur in the Premier Cup, or a Superior as well. It's very strong. Has, oh my gosh, it's good. It's really good. And be on the lookout. Though Technical powered up his, so be on the lookout for a video from him because it's just going to be that strong. As well, we have a new addition with Steelix. This thing, be careful because Dragon Tail got a buff. It's got Earthquake and Crunch. It is primed to do very well in this meta. Even against Galarian Stunfisk, it's going to be somewhat close. And if it lands an Earthquake, it can do a lot of damage. So this may not be a Pokemon you want to have go toe-to-toe with Galarian Stunfisk. But if it has energy and Galarian Stunfisk comes back in, you can do very well. Plus, you have Crunch for those ghosts like Jellicent, for example. So those would be my top two right there, Jellicent and Stunfisk, if you guys are going to focus on powering up some XLs. Some other really good ones, Abomasnow is very nice. You can go with normal. You don't necessarily have to have Shadow. And then Nidoqueen Mandibuzz is very good. Mandibuzz itself, I think, is amazing. I'm excited to eventually build this thing up. I don't have a lot of candy right now, but this is one of those ones, like maybe a year from now, I'll have enough, and I will be powering up Mandibuzz because it's a flying Umbreon. It's extremely strong. You can also run it with Aerial Ace, so you have better coverage on fighters and grass with the fast move damage right there. So be sure to dive into here, take a look at the Pokemon, and again, if you don't want to run in the Remix Cup because it's XL heavy, just go into Open Ultra League. There's teams out there that you guys can build. You saw from previously with the top performing teams, and there's a lot more variety that you can run here just because something like, let's see, where was that Obstagoon? I think it's in the 60s. Did I pass it? Yeah, 59. Even though Obstagoon is ranked 59, its performance in the Open Ultra League meta is very, very good because the Open Ultra League meta really revolves around Cresselia and Giratina Altered, which means Obstagoon can handle that very well, which is why I run it on my main team. So I just wanted this to be a quick video. When the top performing teams for Ultra League Remix come out, we'll probably dive into that in a separate video to give you guys some more ideas, so that way you guys know, because I'm checking every single day, a couple times a day, to see when it refreshes. So I'll make a video for that when it drops. We'll talk more in depth about those teams if you guys want to see that. So good luck today in your battles. It starts in a few hours from the drop of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's just a quick look at what you guys are going to see, what you guys should power up, and maybe some teams to run in Open Ultra League. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.